Guys, how's it going? It is time for another today's exclusive. All right, now before I get into today's exclusive, I want you to know that I went to the Ukraine-Belgium game last night. I didn't get back until like after 1 in the morning, and then I was on my phone because I was wide awake for about 2 hours, and then I was up at like 5:30, 5:45. So I've had about 2.5 hours sleep. So I'm knackered, all right? But I'm going to try my best. And you know, I'm also like bunged up. I've got a bit of a chest infection, right? But I'm going to go through this with you. I saw this last night when I got back, and it's got a lot of, engagement, from people. Now, remember, when you click through to any of these websites with the exclusives, remember, the more adverts, the more bullshit. Remember that, seriously, right? It's really, really important. The more adverts, the more likely it is to be bullshit, right? Or the deeper bullshit that there is, right? Less adverts, no reason to clickbait you, no reason to bring you in, no reason to feed you bullshit, right? More adverts, more bullshit. Trust me, right? So let's go with this exclusive. Biggest factor in Trent Alexander-Arnold signing new Liverpool contract named. Now, I'm just going to show you this. Can I open it in, where are we? Open in, oh gosh. It'll take forever now. I'm sorry, I should have done this previously. Here we go. Here we go, I'm going to try it. We've got all these adverts popping up now. Remember what I told you? Here we go. Here we go. Right, so there we go. Right, there's the exclusive and the source, right, of the public. Oh, look, there's another fucking advert. What a surprise. Okay, so let's think about this. I've not really gone through this. I read it last night in the early hours, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go through it now with you, right? Okay, let's look at this. I remember reading it last night going, fuck off, mate. I'm not having it. But let's see, I might change my opinion. I'm going to go through it with you. Now, remember, I can't read you everything word for word. You're not allowed to do that, all right? But I won't leave anything out that would, intentionally make someone look worse or silly or whatever, right? I tend to leave out, like, oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Liverpool defender, blah, blah, blah. You know who he is, so you don't need telling that. But what I want you to do is count how many times the word exclusive or exclusively comes up in this article, right? Just bear that in mind, right? Starting with the headline, exclusive. Biggest factor in Trent Alexander-Arnold signing, new Liverpool contract named. Davo C. Kop can exclusively provide insight as to why Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't officially signed a new deal as of yet. It's an interesting word there, using the word officially, because that could allude to, might have signed a deal, but it's not official, or, you know what I mean? Like, it might have signed or agreed informal terms. Honestly, think about it. Davo C. Kop can exclusively provide insights to why Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't officially signed a new deal as of yet. I wouldn't have used the word officially there, because I think that might throw people off a bit or get them thinking. This is what I'm talking about, explaining who he is. Fans have been sweating over his future. We all know his contract runs out at the end of the season. With just a few months to go, there hasn't been any official news coming out one way or another on his future. I think if I had written this news article and I was using those words, I would be hinting at you that there was something in the background you didn't know about, right? If you drop that word out, it reads, with just a few months to go, there hasn't been any news coming out one way or the other on his future. That is the one that you should use, right? But using the word, there hasn't been any official news, kind of suggests or plants a seed or alludes to maybe there is some news where it's not out there official. Do you get my drift or not? I'm deep with this stuff, guys, you know me. Davo C. Kop exclusively revealed that Trent Alexander-Arnold was happy to give Liverpool time to get the contract renewal done. Since then, basically, it goes on to say there's been a lot of speculation. Many fans and pundits wondering why the player hasn't put pen to paper. Davo C. Kop can exclusively, I hope you're making a note of them all, provide insight as to one of the reasons he hasn't officially signed a new deal as of yet. Why are we keep getting that word officially? It's weird, isn't it? You know what I mean? I just don't know if that's someone that's not thinking when they're using that. Yeah, I want you to read that with the word officially and without, it makes you think differently. It does. I don't know if that's a deliberate attempt. Maybe the author is alluding to that something has been signed, but it's not officially out there. Get me drift? I know what I'm talking about. Right, listen, let's go on with it. First and foremost, it's important to acknowledge the news from our earlier exclusive. There's a lot of exclusives, and this word's going around a lot in here. Do you know what I'm saying? Trent Alexander-Arnold and his team are still in discussions with the club, and all parties are working to come to an agreement. Now, I think that's a bold claim, to be honest with you. And I'm not here to ridicule or to say it's bullshit or not, because maybe they've got exclusive stuff, haven't they? You know what I'm saying? But think about this for a minute. This isn't a suggestion. There's no get-out clause yet. Trent Alexander-Arnold and his team are still in discussions with the club, the key bit, and all parties are working to come to an agreement. That means that Trent and his representatives are working to come to an agreement, which means signing a new contract with Liverpool. So this is positive if you go with this, if you believe this, if the author is, in the loop, right? So what's the hold-up is the question. Well, Dave O.C. Kopp can exclusively reveal that the delay in signing the contract is not solely down to finances or the player holding out for a bigger contract. I don't think that Trent Alexander-Arnold's next decision is about finances. I don't believe that. In personal finances, as in his own Wonga. So, and this is the bit that's got people going. So if you're FSG out, this would really play into putting pressure on the club. This would really get the FSG out people annoyed. And I've seen the comments to this article. I saw them last night, how people responded. This triggered people. Right now, considerations are centered around the competitiveness of the team, amongst other factors, and the future direction that the team will be going in. Now, if that is not true, if the author is just putting that out there, that's major shit stirring, because everyone's reacted to that. Because now everyone believes that the player is like, well, I'm willing to sign a deal, work to stay, to sign a deal, whatever it was, what they say, all parties working to come to an agreement. But it centers around the competitiveness of the team. Therefore, how much money is invested in the squad, right? And stuff like that. So if you're one of those people that hates FSG, wants FSG out, this is triggering you because you're like, oh, hang on a minute. So he wants to stay, but he's like me, he's not convinced that we're doing enough. That's what it does, right? This article absolutely gets all those people on side. There is no doubt about it. And I saw that in the comments last night, like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. A so-called mega contract offer from Real Madrid is not the driving factor in the 26-year-old's consideration. Now, again, I don't believe that Trent Alexander-Arnold, right, the other players, Mo and Virgil, Canate, right, yes, I think that's to do with money, right, and durations of contract. With this, I don't think this is about that, because there's some people saying, just give Trent what he wants. I don't think it's about that at all. I think there is some truth in this, in terms of like, like, if you're given the opportunity to go play for Real Madrid, what is the thing that could hold you back? One, your connection to that club, and also if you're winning things and you're going places, can I really walk out on a club that's going places? So if if you feel like if Liverpool are doing well, they're winning all these trophies, there's really secure, sound investment in the team, that's going to make the decision leaving even harder, all right? No doubt about it, all right? But a so-called mega contract offer from Real Madrid is not the driving factor in the 26-year-old considerations. There is no suggestion, right, in Spain that there has been a mega offer. Real Madrid, right, do not think that they're just going to spunk money and give him what he wants, right, like that. The details of his alleged contract, the terms of his contracts we discussed on here months ago. I'm sure someone will remember. Check the comments, come back later this evening. Someone might remember. And I've spoken to people connected to Real Madrid here. I'm not an ITK or Twitter or anything like that. But I've spoken to people that have reported on Real Madrid for many, many years, or covered Real Madrid for many, many years, and they have contacts, and they're, you know, part of the setup in a way at Real Madrid, right? And, you know, just commentators, just people that, you know a bit about what's going on at Real Madrid. Similar to myself with Liverpool, maybe, right? I mean, I have been here nearly 30 years, right? So I do know a few people. Now, the thing is, there's those people that are connected to Real Madrid have said to me, Real Madrid won't just fucking get, because the British press made a big deal out of this recently, right? Oh, Trent wants this, Trent wants that, because he's been offered this by Real Madrid. They ain't going to offer him stacks and stacks of fucking money at Real Madrid. So I dismiss that part of this article. I don't believe there is a mega contract offer. To you and I, it's a mega contract offer, all right? And maybe it is more than Liverpool are offering him. But the suggestions that we've seen in the media, in the British media, that, oh, he's been offered this and trillions and zillions, I don't think is true. Alexander-Arnold wants to be in a team that is challenging for trophies longer term. That's planting the seed, right? And again, that's planting the seed of the people that would want to criticise the ownership, right? And I'm one of those people. I don't fucking like them, right? I'll be honest with you. Again, I think this is common sense. You know, Alexander-Arnold wants to be in a team that is challenging for trophies long term, which is why he would consider going to Real Madrid, right? Because, like, hey, if I go to Real Madrid, I'm going to win things. I'm going to be there with my boy and all that. And, you know, personal aspirations. I want to be, you know, win the Ballon d'Or and everything. So I think this is kind of like common sense, personally. But this could be coming from people in the background, you know. I don't think it is, because I think the article becomes tacky when you start using the word exclusive, exclusive, exclusive. We exclusively said this before, you know, and we've exclusively said it again, and tomorrow we're going to exclusively tell you something else. I think you're like, there's an overemphasis on like how great the author of the article is, or the source. You as a reader and myself as a reader, we can make and form our own judgments, right? So because it uses the word exclusive, exclusively, it starts to sound like it's been written by a 17-year-old kid in a bedroom that's got his first, like, you know, like bit of news or something on a fucking blog. Trust me, from a man that started KopTalk when I was in my early 20s, when I used to get the exclusive, I was exclusive. I did it myself. I know what I'm talking about, right? But as you get older, you think, you don't really need to big yourself up to people. You know, let your audience decide whether that is exclusive or not. Because so far I'm not seeing anything exclusive. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just seeing the repetition of the words. Real Madrid hold a firm interest in him, yes. Liverpool are still in negotiations to extend his contract and have not given up hope in doing so. I would agree with that statement. Again, common sense. And widely reported in the Madrid-based media that, you know, Liverpool have not given up hope of signing him. They hope that the passionate Anfield crowd, you know, if Liverpool win major silverware this year, don't forget this has been a message that's come out of Madrid since Liverpool fell out of all those competitions, was maybe he would find it difficult when he stands at Anfield and looks around and thinks, oh, I don't know if I can do it or not, right? That's been the Madrid-based line for months, that Liverpool was still trying and was still hopeful. But they claim that Trent's camp has been constantly feeding them, he won't U-turn, he wants to come to you, right? Do you reckon Liverpool have given up? I mean, do you know what I mean? It's a difficult situation for the club, you know, like, they know he wants to go there, and if he turns around and says, no, I'm off, I'm going, right? Are they going to sit there and go, okay, see you later? It's like, the times I've had a ding-dong with a chick in my life over the years, you know, and it's like, no, I'm going, and it's like, you sure you're going? Yeah, I'm going. But don't go, though. You don't want to go, do you, really? Come on, we'll sort it out. You know what I mean, right? So, same shit, innit? Just on a bit of a bigger fucking scale, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know she's fucking leaving me, or she's going, or whatever, or we've fallen out, so she's off for something new, but I'm not going to fucking give up. Do you know what I'm saying? Personally, I would fucking give up. Honestly, I would. Now, you have to decide whether I'm talking about the football negotiations or the love fucking negotiations. The point is, if someone don't want to be with you in life, get fucking shot, right? Give them every opportunity to say, talk through it, sit down, make the pledges about your relationship and the pledges about what silverware investment you might make. But if they don't want to be with you, tell them to go fuck themselves. And that applies in both scenarios. It is believed that the contractual conversations with the other two are also looking to the same point of discussion before moving forward in their negotiations too. I don't believe this. This article is very much getting people on side. And I think, against the ownership. And I think if I wrote this article, I know that it would get a lot of traction because I know there's a lot of people out there that would be angry by this article. Now, that doesn't mean that the author's chatting shit because they might have been told all this by someone, right? But it could be an attempt to try and discredit the ownership. So maybe someone's saying, to the author of this article, blah, blah, fucking blah, and they're passing it on in good faith, maybe, right? But the person behind the source, if you like, could be, just trying to stir things up a little bit. And I think this is shit stirring, this article. I've got to be honest with you. But if you are the author of this, I'm not saying that you're intentionally doing that. I'm not really sure at the moment. Maybe I'll change my mind in a minute. It just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't add up to me. I'm sorry. So basically, it's implying that Salah and Virgil van Dijk also are looking at the same point of discussion. In other words, like, well, before we commit, I mean, how serious are you? Those fucking players know exactly how serious the ownership are. Exactly. Just like you do, just like I do. No fucking doubt about what. So those three players are going to go in and FSG is suddenly going to turn around and say, all right, so for us to sign you, we'd have to do this. All right, we'll change our policies and that we'll do that then. You're going to sign now. It's nonsense. Think about it. Think about it. You know damn well how this club operates under this ownership, whether it's the right way or not the right way. We've all got different opinions, right? So a player, how is a player any different to you and I? We know that these owners are not going to do a particular style of, investment, if you like. And they're not going to put their own money in, which you can put your own money in, blah, blah, blah. There's all the rules and all the regulations. We know all that. We don't need to go over that. We don't need you in the comment telling us this, that, and the other. Thank you very fucking much, right? But the point is here, we all know the answers. So why would these three players, all right, suddenly go, all right, then, in terms of signing an extension, what's your plans? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to spend some more money, like? It's nonsense. I think this article is just shit stirring. I think it's just shit stirring. I really do. In fairness, you can see why all three stars would be keen to know what the future looks like in terms of the team's competitiveness. In fairness. So this means the author is agreeing with what, is the message they're trying to push to you that's apparently coming from these players is, in fairness, it's right, isn't it? So it means the author already thinks that about an article that they're writing. Some people might say that's because the author is trying to shit stir. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what some people might think. If I thought that, I'd say it straight off, but I do think it's shit stirring, the article. But maybe they've just been fed this by someone. Only 2 players were signed by the club in the last summer transfer window, Chiesa and Mamardashvili. Mamardashvili is not a guaranteed starter next season. It simply hasn't worked out for Chiesa. It goes on about other players and their contractual situation. It's only right and logical that top players want to know whether their team will be able to compete for and win the top prizes in world football. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk are all top players, no doubt. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. And this is by no means, this website does put out some useful stuff, but I know this website's not particularly liked by many people. I know that. I don't have an opinion about that. This website, for me, this is a very commercial operation, this website. Whoever's behind it, I don't know the people behind it, like Dave and all that. Messaged me before, I think, somewhere, but more adverts, more bullshit. And, Liverpool can crash out of a massive game, or, there can be bad news, and this publication and the related social media accounts will be telling you how you can buy a signed shirt from the club shop to cheer yourself up and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? But that's up to them. That's what they do. It's none of my business. All I'm trying to do is review the article here, an article that's got a lot of people talking. Now, if a lot of people are talking, that means a lot of people have read it. And if a lot of people haven't read it and there's a lot of talking, that means a lot of people are going to go and read it, right? To see what's what. And the thing is, the amount of advertising on here is phenomenal. It's one of the worst sites. And I'm going to say it. The more adverts, the more bullshit. Now, I would appreciate your comments on this. I have got some split here, all right? Not split ass. I wouldn't mind. No, I'm a bit split in some ways because maybe the author has been told all of this, right? And is genuinely thinks they've got an exclusive. But it's who the source is, right? Because myself, if I was writing this article, and I've wrote many over the years, I would be doing as much as possible within the article to explain where this opinion or this news has come from. After all, this is an exclusive revelation. So who's it come from? You don't need to name it. Is it someone close to a player? Is it an agent? Because if it's an agent, maybe they've got some agenda they're trying to push so that the fans are angry. And that's the one this points at more to anything for me. Because this article is about getting people angry. It's about backing up those people that hate the ownership. Here's your justification. These three players, they want to sign for Liverpool, but they want to know how good we're going to be. They want to know what the plans are of the club. The plans for the club are the same as they've been every fucking year since these owners have been here. So why is it going to change? That's why it reeks of bullshit to me. Because the players know. There's no surprises going to come out of this. The players know the owners just like we do. Right? So I would advise you to be extremely cautious. And as much as you want to caps lock the ownership to death, I think you'd be wrong doing so with this article. I really do. And like I say, maybe the author's got good intent, but maybe the author has got genuine feelings that this situation's wrong, which we could all understand, right? Because there's terminology in here. What was it? I think it said in fairness, didn't it? And I think it said in fairness. In fairness, so the author agrees with this. Whoever it is that said anything to them, if there even is anybody. But for me, the article becomes tacked because of the amount of times the word exclusive is used. You don't need to tell us what's exclusive. We can decide whether we've heard this news anywhere before. Fair enough, I've exclusively been told, but there's no quotes, there's no suggestion of where this has come from. This sounds like more like opinion, but you can have an opinion if someone tells you something. But I would question the whole thing. There is absolutely nothing in this article that would make me want to be aggressive towards the club. I think it puts pressure on the club, and you can judge that for yourself by looking at some of the comments that are out there. But if you're one of those people that now think, oh, Trent and and Mo and Virgil, and they want to stay, but they just went, nah, I'm not having it, guys. I'm not. And personally, quite frankly, when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold, yes, of course. Who wants, if you're ambitious, you want to play for an ambitious football club. These are all obvious things. These are things said in the article, right? So I'm not saying that Trent's not thought that. Of course he's thought that. But I think his heart's with Real Madrid. Maybe he's finding it difficult to go. There are things, the Madrid-based media are constantly saying, well, it's 90% done. That was months ago. Now it's 99% done and everything's done but the signature. You would know this if you follow my morning reviews of the Spanish football dailies. Until someone signs a contract and it's legally binding and irreversible, it ain't fucking done, is it? So anything could happen. He could go to Real Madrid, he could U-turn and stay. Everything in there to do with what a player might be thinking is all common sense. Too many exclusives in it. Too much I agree with. Too much of an opportunity, an easy thing to get people on side to give the article engagement. And what does engagement make? Prizes. Let me know what you think. What do you think? All right. No offense, Dave O.C. But yeah, I'll let the people decide. People make the comments in the video of this will tell you whether they think there's something in it. Unfortunately, because people want to criticise the ownership, I think anyone that's got a problem with the owners will capitalise on it and will want to believe the article. So I'm not sure you'll get a balanced thing. Who knows? Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck because I'm going live in half an hour and I'm going to go and get some tweet, which won't surprise you. So if you appreciate my efforts with this video, trying to break it down for you and maybe just to calm things down a little bit, I don't know, If you appreciate my effort, not if you agree with me, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Your comments are really important on this one. Really important. I've gone through the article with you. If you think I've left anything out that makes it look silly or anything, go and read it for yourself. The only bits I've missed out is who Trent is and how many games he's played and shit like that. All right? Thumbs up, comment. If you want to buy me a coffee, that'd be very appreciated. You can hit the super thanks button under the video. It pisses my haters off. And I'm sure there'll be a few watching this. And if you do that, I'll give you a shout out on tomorrow morning's morning briefing, which is on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. There's one on there today. It's an hour long, all about last night's game. And you're more than welcome to come over to the other channel, the other side. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll hope to speak to you real soon. Oh, by the way, I'll just add this. Trent to Real Madrid, Virgil and Mo to stay. I still believe that, all right? But football's got an habit of fucking going like that. So watch Trent U-turn and them two fuckers go. But you know what? It don't matter. Do you know why it don't matter? Because people have left Liverpool Football Club over the years and we've always survived. Admittedly, we don't want to lose players, right? We don't want to lose players. And the people out there that tell you, what more do you want? FSG are brilliant. Yeah, they're going to win the league. Woo, fucking woo. Right? But we shouldn't be in this state. We shouldn't be in this fucking state in the first place. Right? So I think the low ball in them somewhere. Trent, I don't think really matters about the finances, to be honest with you. He wants to go and be with his with his friend. I'd be really surprised if he didn't go to Real Madrid. I would. But we'll see. Quite frankly, I'm relaxed about it all. I look forward to all the different outcomes, because if Trent stayed, I'd laugh my pants off at how the Spanish media would get out of this. I think it'd be hilarious. If he goes, I think that'd be even more funny, to be honest, because he thinks he's a Galactico. He'll get fucking slaughtered there. We will see. And we'll know very soon, won't we, guys? And you know what? We'll go through the summer, we'll go through all the same shite again. All right? Won't be the first time, and it won't be the last. All right.